Welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look at what's happening in our city with the most interesting stories from Broadway to Bradford. I'm Lindsay Paris, and it's Christmas time in Haverhill. Welcome to our December holiday show, featuring a few of the exciting seasonal happenings going on around the city. First, it's been 6 years since the legendary Haverhill Christmas bell was last seen hanging anywhere, although it has made a few on-the-ground appearances in the Santa Parade and at city tree lightings. But now, as of last week, the bell is dazzling city residents from its new perch under the bandshell at GAR Park. How did it get there? Where does the music come from? Vinnie Ouellette and Matt Belfiore gave me the scoop.
Well, I think first of all, really appreciated what HC Media had done a few years ago to resurrect the bell. We understand there were some issues with it in terms of sound and expense and so forth. And I brought it to the mayor's attention a couple years ago. Let's look at putting it at GAR Park. The whole idea behind hanging it here, it's really bringing it close to where it was when I was a kid. That it was hanging, that people could drive by and people could see it, and people could hear it sing. With all the regulations that are forced upon us now for structural engineering and insurance purposes and hanging off of buildings, even though we'd love to see it hang in the square like it did years ago, it's something that can't be done any longer. So this was the alternative. Let's put it on public display that people can come by, people can see it coming down Main Street and listen to it. First thing we did when we brought it up is obviously approach HC Media to see if they were on board with this, and very much so. With everybody's input and what should be done and how we can do the music, and Matt being up here playing sound technician. The next thing we had to do was to make sure that it was going to be structurally sound. So we brought in a structural engineer to do a design that we can hang the bell and hang the bell safely. And that's what we see here. Matt came down and worked as sound genius, so much that we could actually do a rock concert down here if we wanted to. But it's really worked out well, worked out some bugs, and it's hanging, it's beautiful at night. We're going to keep this up probably until at least January 6th. So basically they can come by anytime during the day or the evening. I have noticed people who do walk a lot over to Central Plaza to do their shopping will come back and sit and rest and listen to the music and hum along, which is kind of nice to see. I think the whole idea also was too, if people stopped at a stoplight here, they could roll down their window and maybe hear it up for a little bit.
Okay folks, wait a minute, wait for it. Can you hear that? That's the music. Way back in the day, from the 40s to the early 80s, the old original Christmas bell always played music downtown. And this bell is no exception. When we put this up about 7 years ago, we wanted to get the same thing happening. We wanted to have music, we wanted to have the whole thing going. So we developed a way to do the music. We've got a system going in there, and we're playing Christmas music all season long. Come on down and take a listen to it. And try to bring back some of those memories you had when you were a kid. It's a lot of fun.
The beauty about the bracket that we put up to, that we can look at putting up other pieces of artwork throughout the year that will probably meet the same specifications as the bell, but it would be a nice place to display art. So we hope to do that too. I remember, piling up in the station wagon. I think 7 of the 10 kids were born at the time, and we'd come through downtown Haverhill just to see the bell and ooh and ah over it and be on our way. At that time, GAR Park was set up for a Santa Claus visit. There was an igloo here, and the Santa Claus was actually someone very close to me, my grandfather. He'd come out of the igloo and he'd greet parents and children, and he was also the animal control officer, so he found it as a way to give away puppies, much to parents' chagrin, but he ended up doing things like that during the course of the year. The bell itself is something that a lot of people in town grew up with. It brings us back to our childhood. It brings everybody back to happier times, simpler times, and so forth. And even though things may be a little more rushed these days and, in the state of the world and so forth, it gives you a sense of peace when you listen and you look at the bell. And I think that's why people enjoy it.
Stop by to admire the glorious bell all December long, during which it will continue to play your favorite holiday tunes at GAR Park. This month, you're seeing red and green decor pretty much everywhere, but in October, the only place you could find red and green was in a bowl of expertly blended meats, beans, and spices at the Firefighting Museum's Chili Cookoff. 14 different chilies graced the menu as residents, businesses, and firehouses competed for the top honors. HC Media's Matt Belfiore attended the cook-off to meet a few of these spicy maestros.
Folks, we are smack dab in the middle of the season of eating poorly. What is the season of eating poorly, you ask? Well, it begins around September. See, my birthday's in September. That means I'm eating poorly in September. Then comes October, and lots of candy for Halloween. Then November. That means we have lots of turkey and lots of stuffing. Then comes Christmas in December. And by the time January comes around, I'm about 10 pounds heavier than I was in August. So, it is October 22nd, and we are knee-deep in the season of eating poorly. And just to put a little bit of a cherry on top of that, I'm here at the Chili Cook-Off, where I'm going to eat more meat than I've eaten in the past 5 months. I have a feeling I will eat at least 1/4 of a cow. So why don't you come with me? We're going to go in and we're going to check this out.
This is my 4th year at this chili competition. I've won this competition the last 3 years it ran. So I'm going for number 4. I'm hoping for it, worked hard for it. I could tell you the secret to my chili, but if I did, I'd have to kill you. You gotta taste and figure it out yourself.
This is my 5th year as an entrant at the Chili Cook-Off, and this is my 3rd year as a member of the board, helping to put this together, the fundraising for the museum, and all the good stuff that goes around it. The most important thing, though, to me is the chili. My chili is special because after years of making every single time it was completely different, I found a cookbook of my mother's, and I found an old recipe that she had, and I thought, you know what, I probably should stick to the spices she used. I put different vegetables and different beans in it, but the spices are what makes the difference. My chili is vegetarian simply because my younger child is vegetarian, and that kind of like most everything in my house became vegetarian because of that, and I prefer it that way. The Chili Cook-Off, I think this is the 17th year we've done it. This is one of the 2 big fundraisers we do for the Haverhill Firefighting Museum, and we are a small crew, and so this is pretty much the money we raise here on the night of the Chili Cook-Off is what keeps us going year round. This is kind of our season finale. The museum closes for the season after tonight, but when we open up again in May, this is what the funds we raise tonight is what keeps us going all through next year.
It's my first year, but I'm going to be Rookie of the Year and take it home. I'm confident. I'm not cocky, but I'm confident. I take my time and enjoy doing it, and that's what makes it soul food, baby.
So the last time I did it was about 7 or 8 years ago, and I ran out of chili. It was a fatal mistake. I was over-serving at the beginning, so I tried to stretch it out this time.
I think I've been in every chili contest they've had. I do it every year to help out at the museum here.
Folks, we are here with one of Haverhill's favorite sons, Andy Vargas. How are you, Andy?
I'm doing all right. I'm hungry.
I bet you are. Look at this. He's got like a double trouble over here.
No, one of them's for my wife.
So I was gonna say one of them's gonna be for somebody else.
Yes, exactly. My wife's here with me. We love to come to this event. It was actually one of the first events that I brought her to when I was running for city council in 2015, and she loved it.
Wow,
so
no
we're back.
kidding.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this event and what it's such for the Firefighters Museum?
You know, it's just a wonderful event, and to support the Firefighters Museum. It's such an important cultural institution here in Haverhill. We have to do our part, and we're doing our part by eating today, which is great.
Absolutely. Andy, go eat. Go do what you're
man.
going to do. Thank you.
Nice seeing you. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you. Folks, this is what I was talking about when I said the season of eating poorly. This is a lot of chili. There are 12 here, and there are a couple others that I've already sampled. But I'm diving in, so wish me luck.
A hearty bowl of congratulations to this year's Chili Cook-Off winners. Dan Fitzpatrick in the First Responders category, Casey Rice in the Individual/Business category, and in the Restaurant category, Azul Mexican Restaurant. Did you make it to this year's VFW Post 29 Santa Parade? If not, you may have watched it on HC Media. But what you haven't seen yet are the exclusive interviews our own Chris Bowden got with some of the creative, hardworking folks behind those beautiful floats that get so many oohs and ahs. Coming up right now.
Well, we blinked and it's Christmas time again. And what better way to spark that festive spirit than to stand in the freezing cold watching the VFW Santa Parade, an annual staple of the Haverhill community. Today, we get a brief behind-the-scenes look at just some of the floats as they lined up at Hunking School.
Hi, we're here with Sacred Hearts and we're marching in the Santa Parade as runway models. Me and Abby have done it a couple years. We did it a while ago. We've done it a few times when we were younger. We're basically just runway modeling down with like the music and stuff and like using props and stuff and modeling our ugly sweaters. Oh, yeah. That one's pretty ugly. I'm loving the cat, honestly. We love the Christmas spirit. It's so fun. We love Christmas. We're doing it for the kids to make sure they have a good time and to like honor our school and stuff. Shout out to Miss Mastretta. She did so much work. And Patty and my mom. Merry Christmas, Haverhill from Sacred Heart School.
And oh my gosh, Dave, what is that I see?
There it is, the HC Media Christmas
It's the
bell.
HC Media Christmas bell, driven by Roly Poor. He takes the bell for us every year, and he drives it in all the parades.
I started with the original Christmas bell with my grandfather back in the 70s. He hung up the lights downtown for like over 40 years. I've been taking care of the bell going on. This will be the 6th year taking the bell out in the yard, city tours. I know it's not the original one, but it brings back a lot of memories. And the first year I saw it, I thought you guys did an awesome job. Just want to have a good day. I want everybody to enjoy the music and have a good time.
The Ozzy's Kids Toy Collection float.
Another great community organization.
Yep, there it is. Ozzy's Kids collecting toys for those in need.
Today for the parade, we're representing Ozzy's Kids, and Ozzy's Kids is a Haverhill foundation that helps kids at Christmas time. We're going to be collecting toys throughout the parade. Ozzy's Kids' main focus is to make sure every child has something under the tree for Christmas. This year our float is Candyland. We came up with the Candyland theme for the parade just spur of the moment. We thought it'd be a fun thing to do. By being in the parade, people can see who we are and what we try to do for the community. It helps gets our name out there. Any families that might see us might be like, oh, we could use them for a little extra Christmas help, or oh, I'd like to donate to their cause. If you want to be more involved with Ozzy's Kids, we have a website. It's www.ozzyskids.org. We also have a Facebook page where we post if we need helpers or if we're looking for just extra hands to unload a truck that we get in.
The Whittier Regional Vocational
Look
Technical
at this
float.
float. Oh my goodness. That is great. Look at that. And look at the penguins on board the boat.
How adorable. That is too cute.
We came up with this idea this year because Whittier Tech added a new shop this year, which is marine technology. We decided to promote the new marine tech shop with the boat. We had auto body clean up this old 70s boat and painted the cowling really nice on the motor. And right at the beginning of the school year, we started off by making some blueprints and talking and discussing about different ideas and what we could add to the theme. I was very excited to start this project. Being that this was my first year, it was kind of a learning experience for me too, just to see like how much work gets put into these. Even just during the interview, I was told like this is a big main focus of the fall semester. All of the students worked on creating different penguins that kind of represent each of the shops at Whittier Tech. And so those were all made of paper mache. And we also ended up working on the narwhal that is at the front of the boat, kind of pulling it like a reindeer would. And we have this polar bear on water skis. Those are all built from the students as well. Carpentry did an amazing job working on the forms for the waves underneath the fabric. It's really cool to see like all of the different shops working together throughout the year, right up to the last minute. Really, we all made it work. After seeing all the work that gets put into it, it's a really amazing accomplishment that we can all work together to create something like this. We serve all of the surrounding communities, so to have a presence here at the Haverhill Parade really kind of helps to show some students who might be thinking about going to Whittier and see like, wow, like that's what they're about. Like we kind of represent it with different shops from the penguins on here, and it's just kind of a way of making our presence known that, you know, we are Whittier Tech.
There's plenty more cars, floats, and Grinches to be seen in the full-length version of the 58th Annual Santa Parade, available now on demand at haverhillcommunitytv.org, also available in Spanish. Mark your calendar for next year's parade, and who knows, maybe we'll catch you on camera. Merry Christmas, Haverhill, and Happy Holidays.
As Chris mentioned, you can watch the replay of the 58th Annual VFW Post 29 Santa Parade in English and in Spanish on demand at haverhillcommunitytv.org or catch it on Channel 22, where both English and Spanish versions will replay several evenings a week through January 1st. Wreaths Across America will be at Hilldale Cemetery on December 17th, 2022 at noon, to remember and honor our veterans through the laying of remembrance wreaths on the graves of our fallen heroes and the act of saying the name of each and every veteran aloud. The community can help by sponsoring wreaths or volunteering for the event. For more information, visit wreathsacrossamerica.org and search for Haverhill, Massachusetts, or visit Hilldale Cemetery's Facebook page. It's not too late to submit your holiday door photos to the Haverhill Garden Club. The Garden Club's third annual Holiday Doors of Haverhill photo display is going on now. Homeowners and businesses are encouraged to send a photo of their decorated door to hgcholidaydors@gmail.com. These festive door photos will be posted to the Haverhill Garden Club's social media pages for a few more days, so visit their Facebook page to admire the city's finest decked out entryways. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@haverhillcommunitytv.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our HC Media YouTube channel. And that's what's happening in Haverhill this month. HC Media would like to wish a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. You are what makes Haverhill a great community to live in. We'll see you in 2023. Good night.